What is up, guys? My name is Adam here for part two of what if Naruto what if Naruto had ice release in a ice dojutsu? Enjoy. Before I enjoy, I put on down in the comments my you my new YouTube channel that I start making. Please go subscribe to that, cause I will be making more parts to that. That will be more of the parts, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you like and subscribe and leave a down and below. If you don't want to check it out, don't want to check my second channel out, only post one video, but part 2 of what if Naruto was a Uchiha will be coming out soon. So enjoy this. Begin now. Part 3 will be coming after this once this post. So begin. I left off Kakashi Hatake is now protecting Kushina because she's pregnant with the baby boy. So let's begin that part. Kushina is now pregnant with a baby boy. Now 4 years now passed. Kakashi Hatake was now growing in size. He's now 15 years old. And he's still growing and fighting up the leaf. Now, 15 years now. Now, 11 years now passed. Minato trains Kakashi over his Sharingan. Cause the Sharingan is just like Minato's Dojutsu and Kushina. Minato taught Kakashi how to unlock his Mangekyo Sharingan. But Minato's and Kushina's Sharingan is not a Mangekyo, but it's like the same. Different. It's like the same Mangekyo. It's like a version of the Mangekyo. So Kakashi unlocks his Mangekyo and starts training with it. 2 years now passed. Now 13 years it will begin. 13 years now begins. Kushina is now pregnant with a baby boy, which this baby boy will be named after the Dragon Slayer. Just kidding. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. A masked man now spared as canon and took Naruto and Kushina. Naruto now was going to re-exploded when Minato used his Flying Thunder God and disappearing in a yellow flash, appearing on a bed, putting Naruto down, and appearing finding Kushina. And then he put Kushina down in a namikaze state. But he looks up seeing the big-tailed beast. Now as canon, Minato disappeared the Nine Tails and the Biju bomb. So exploded somewhere else, but not across maps. Minato disappeared a big-tailed beast, which this tail beast is named the Nine Tails Demon Fox. The Nine Tails is the strongest beast. We got one tail, Shikaku. We got two tails. I really don't know their names, but let's start to one tails. One tail. The one tails is one tail beast with the sand manipulation jutsu. The two tails is just I really don't know about none of those. The three tails, we got the four tails and the five tails and the 8 tails. The 8 tails is just the same thing, just a similar of the 9 tails. They both strong and not to command their jutsus. If the 8 tails and the 9 tails get in a battle, who will win? The 9 tails have more tails than the 8 tails. But They're both strong, but the Ninetales will come up first because he's bigger and stronger, and he has more tail. Since now Minato's facing off, facing off with the masked man as Cannon, Minato defeated him, and the masked man said this: I will come back and destroy this village. When the masked man now vanished, Minato is now thinking of what he should do. As Cannon, he sealed the tail beast inside of one boy. The boy is named Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto is now a Namikaze. He don't go by the name of Uzumaki Naruto, no. He goes by the name of Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. Naruto now waking up out of his nap, knowing that he's a Namikaze and Uzumaki, knowing his father and mother is Uzumaki and Namikaze. So he walks out and everybody still gave him the stare. But Joni stopped talking to him or trying to attack him. Ambus as well. Some Ambus start protecting the Namikaze from the fourth Hokage. The third Hokage sent some Ambus from him and tell him to protect him. So Naruto now went to a training ground and started training for 2 years. 2 years has now passed and Naruto is now 7 years old. He's 4. He's 6 years old. Naruto still train, and then he now taught himself how to use his ice release. Ice style. Ice Dragon Jutsu, Ice Style, Ice Spear, Ice Style, Ice Spikes, Ice Style, Ice Froze, Ice Style, Fire Ice, Fire Style, Fire Blue Ice. A bunch of flames popped out of Naruto's mouth and went around the dummy and froze the dummy frozen. Naruto punched the dummy, which it hurted his finger, so he cocked back his fist with a bunch of ice on it. Naruto said, Ice Style, Ice Punch, which it froze his whole hand and punched the ice through breaking it to smithereens. Fire Style, Fire Dragon Black Flames Ice. With black flames now covered in dark ice is now around a dummy, freezing it and melting it to smithereens. Ice Style, Red Flame. Another flame of ice is now red, covering up the dummy and melting it, but not better than the red black flames, but it freezing it as well as melting the ice and freezing the dummy. Ice Style, Summoning Dragon Jutsu. Naruto summoned a dragon, but it didn't work. Well, Ice Style, Correction.
Stop waving at me.
Well, Naruto now created Ice Dragon. And then Naruto said release. And the dragon now vanished out of existence, popping out of ice. Ice Style, Ice Burning Spear. A bunch of spears flamed up to blue ice, now went towards a tree, melting the making ice surround the tree faster than even you can say spear. Ice Style, Ice Wind. A bunch of ice spins around in a wind tornado, stabbing the dummy. Wow, one more. I'm running out of chakra. No, it's it. He opens his eyes completely and said, Ice Style, ice mirrors. A bunch of mirrors what Haku did and Canon when they was facing off with Haku and Zabuza. Haku did a ice mirror. That was the same thing that Naruto is doing now, but perfecter. Summoning 40 mirrors around people, around the dummies, and also throwing ice small spears at the dummy. And then he said, release. Naruto dropped down on his 2 knees and breathed heavily. And this Naruto will have blonde hair with a little bit of white inside, if you can see there. Naruto said, Ice floating spear. A floating spear transformed back as ice was above Naruto. And soon he pointed one finger at the dummy. It went flying. Naruto said, Ice style. Ice wind. A bunch of ice now went towards the dummy, freezing it to smithereens, and it cracked and broke into smithereens. Ice style. Ice tornado. He spins around, making and creates ice while doing hand signs. Then it stopped. Ice style. Ice clothing. I will be showing you what Naruto was wearing if he used ice clothing. For fuck's sake. Ice clothing. This is the ice clothing. Sorry. This is ice style. Ice shield. That is what he will be wearing, like a sage mode technique. Naruto combined his 2 hands together and said, and mumbled something. The Ambus couldn't hear it. No other than people who was close to him could hear it. He said this, ice style. Ice clothing, ice style. Ice melt, ice style. Ice dark flames, ice style. Ice wrath, ice style. Snake raft, ice style. Toad ice, ice style. Snail toad ice, ice style. The 4 great ice, ice style. Snake, snail, and toad. Ice, he said together, all repeating the same technique. Then a bunch of ice surrounded Naruto, but the Ambus thought he was in trouble, but they waited a little bit longer, and Naruto broke it out, surrounding himself with a bunch of cloak ice. He surrounded himself in cloak ice. Naruto fell down to the ground, putting hands on the floor. Naruto now seeing somebody coming towards him, and it was 4 Jonins that was rushing towards him with kunais in hand. Naruto said, repeated with one hand, doing a hand sign, Ice style. Ice shield. A ice storm as a shield now blocked the kunais that was coming towards him. Naruto now felt unconscious. When Naruto wakes up, he looks around and he's staying in his room. Well, that training made me sleepwalk. Or it's probably the Ambus who dragged me, he said out loud, and the Ambus didn't know he knew they was watching him. Naruto just went to sleep, and days have passed, and Naruto's now 12 years old, and as canon, the clan of Uchiha clan now got massacred by one man named Itachi Uchiha. Itachi massacred over his clan for being something that they didn't have to do, making a konata against the village and it leaves. Itachi chose to live over his own clan, killing all of them except for one boy. Is named Sasuke Uchiha, the one who wants revenge of the Uchiha clan and kill his older brother Itachi. So Naruto now went to a classroom, and all they felt, the class people, all the classmates felt only cold and darkness. Naruto mumbled something. Ice style. Ice shield. 4 shields blocked Naruto's way of talking to the teacher. Naruto now sleeps. 2 hours now passed, and the teacher was talking about, now you're all finished. Naruto, the teacher yelled out. But the teacher, Aruka Sensei, didn't know Naruto was asleep, and he was now writing everything down that he needed to pass the grade, that he needed to become a genin. Naruto noticed as a genjutsu was put on his paper and he released it. Release. Naruto said once he woke up and released the shield around him. Ice style. Ice spike. A bunch of spikes pop out and throwing it at Aruka. Ice style. Ice shield. Blocking the spike, and the paper was on the spike. And Aruka looked at it through the ice. His eyes widened. That's 100 points. You have 100. Well, bye. I passed, right? Naruto, you have passed this final genjutsu. Your test of becoming a genin. Ice style. I disappear. Naruto now vanished in ice and appeared in his house. But no 4 hours now knocked on his door, and Naruto answered, looking at the Anbus. What do you want? The Hokage wished to see you. Well, tell him I will be there in ice. Ice style. Ice disappear. A bunch of ice surrounded Naruto and he vanished, and ice broken the ice. Now Naruto appeared in front of the Hokage, bowing to the Lord Third. Hokage, you want to see me? Naruto, how about you'd like to be an Anbu? Steady again. I was noticing you was training a year ago, and you're now 4 years old. I was seeing your training in ice, and you never unlocked your dojutsu. My father had a dojutsu called Ice Dojutsu. Your mother had one as well. It's called the Black Dojutsu, but it was black ice because hers is much deadly. Both of Minato's Dojutsu and Kushina's is deadlier than a Sharingan, the Ultimate Rinnegan, and a Byakugan. Those are the special dojutsus, but yours and your mother's goes in your blood. Your dojutsu is stronger than the Sharingan, Byakugan, and the Ultimate Rinnegan. What? The Rinnegan that the Sage of Six passed? Yes, the Rinnegan. How would you like to be a captain of one Uchiha? What's her name? How did you know it was her? Well, she was the one who spied on me every time. The Ambus always left for their break, but all I see is the girl spying me on top of the branch. And every time I looked up there, she vanished. The Ambus appeared. Sorry, Lord Third, for vanishing. It's alright, Naruto said. Can I meet this girl? Yes, Naruto. Ambus. The Ambus vanished and appeared with the girl, the captain of the squad. Hi, I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the one who holds the special dojutsu called Ice Dojutsu, and Black Ice Dojutsu from my mother's side. And I'm the one who will be your lieutenant, or you can say captain or general. Well, I am Sunkun. I'm Sensen. Uchiha. Yeah, I just made that name up. Sensen Uchiha. If you got a problem with it, tell me down in the comments. I am Sensen Uchiha. I am one of the granddaughter of Fuji Uchiha. Oh, you were Fuji's child. We was going way back. When I was 4 years old, I bumped into the Uchiha. I met him. He was strong, and his Mangekyo as well. Well, welcome to the team. I will be leaving it off here. Peace out, anime fans. Have a nice day.